Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this, my name is Andrea and I'm a product designer from Italy, and in this channel we explore product design from tools to tutorials. So today will be the first episode on how to build a design system in Figma. I decided to do this series because of course I think it's very valuable for you. Before we start designing, in this first episode we will explore what are the fundamentals of a design system. So what is a design system, why is it useful, and I will also give you some examples. In a few words, a design system is a set of reusable components, colors and typography, and it serves as a single source for designers, developers and stakeholders. So why is it important to have a well-designed design system? So first of all, consistency. Of course, consistency is key when you design something. So with a design system, you are able to have a set of components and you are able to maintain a cohesive look and feel between all your platforms. Another reason is efficiency. Of course, time is valuable and a design system saves you time. For example, you're designing an app which requires, maybe cards. You're designing a note-taking app. And you need some cards to show, for example, the title of the note and then a part of the body, maybe with some actions at the bottom. With a well-made design system, you already have maybe a card design that you will take and reuse for this purpose. And a good design system is important also for scalability, because as your project grows, of course, maybe you have to add new features, new apps to a platform, everything. You can make different apps under the same brand, but as you grow, having a design system makes your life easier, because no matter what you release, no matter what you design, you will be always sure that everything is consistent. And so maybe you're asking yourself, what usually are common components, common elements in a design system? Well, we have typography, colors, shadows, icons, buttons, input fields, menus, drop downs, everything you see in an app can be part of a design system. Now I will show you some examples of well-made design systems so that you can understand how a design system looks and what its components are. Okay, so for example, this is material design. And as you may know, this is the design system which is used in Android devices. And as you can see here, they have typography, you have all the different styles which are linked. For example, this is M3 display large, and you also want to make sure to explain all the details about the font, so the size, which font it is, maybe if you added spacing between letters, everything. And why you do this? Because of course it's important for developers, because when developers take your design and have to code, it's useful to have all the details. Then as you can see, we have all the colors, of course also the colors, you have all the details about the colors. Then you have your shadows, which are used for elevation, and then you have some elements such as icons and keyboards. Then if we jump to components, you can see of course that here you have everything. You have your badges for notifications, you have bottom up bars, bottom sheets, you have buttons, you have everything. Of course you have cards, you have a carousel, checkboxes, chips. But why this? Because of course it's not always necessary to have this amount of components. You have to understand that these are components made to build an operating system. This is not for an app. Of course then you use some of them into apps. So if you are just designing a design system for an app, maybe you will need less components. For example, now if we jump to the Apple design system, you can see that pretty much the structure is the same. You have buttons, lists, then you have menus, you have navigation bars, and also here you have of course colors. You have materials, because Apple uses materials, which are just rules for the opacity and the background blur of some windows. Then we have textiles. For example, here Apple didn't display all the details, which is not the best practice, but this is like a beta design system, so maybe they will update it. And another design system is this one. You can find all of them in the community, in the Figma community. This is a silicon design system. I used it sometimes, and is really well made. And as the others, you have your typography. This is really well made in terms of how it's structured. You have your typography with all the details. You have all your colors, and also how you should use it. These are primary colors, backgrounds, these are accents, these are names of the colors. But for example, here we have colors just for buttons, which are gradients. You always know what to use. For example, if you go here, you can see primary button, okay, enabled over pressed. So you always know when to use a color. And then we have a lot of other components. We have buttons, we have chips, we have a countdown, for example, in this design system, input fields. We have pretty much everything you need to build an app, a website, or something else. So in this video I just wanted to quickly show you how a design system is made and tell you why it's important to have one. Now during the series we will build a design system together, starting from typography, and we will arrive to designing cards and models and a lot of components. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you also found it useful. We will see each other in the next episode. As always, may the force be with you. Ciao!